Welcome, Dayton. The Little Green Dress presents Traditions and Legacies, the hot new show coming out in Dayton, where we discuss your family's traditions and discover your legacy. Without further ado, we'd like to introduce you to the author and the host of the Little Green Dress children's series, Kim Gresham.
Hello, I am Kim Gresham, and this is The Little Green Dress Presents Traditions and Legacies. Thank you for watching. Today is a beautiful day. It's Friday, and my friend that I just met has come down to let us know about his family's tradition. His name is Tony Gibson, and he does a lot in this community. So let's put our hands together for Mr. Tony Gibson. Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm
Pleased to
doing
meet you, friend.
Likewise.
Pleased to meet you. Let's have a
Likewise.
seat. Oh, did your mic come loose? Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
All right, well, let's
Get myself comfortable here.
let's tell everybody how we don't know each other.
No, we don't.
All
no,
right.
We don't.
So I sent you a invitation because I saw all of the good things that you're doing in the community.
Okay.
And I said, well, he's an interesting person. I want him to be on my show and tell me all about what you're doing, because I don't know. I just know that you're doing a lot. And I want you to explain that and then tell me about the traditions you grew up with in your family.
Okay. Well, as you say, my name is Tony Gibson. I was born in Indianapolis, Indiana. I've been in Dayton for most of my life. Family of, I have two brothers. Well, it's five of us.
Okay.
I had a brother that passed away back in 2017, or 2014, I apologize. And, but I still keep him in count, because he's still with me and he's still with us.
Yes.
And like I say, what I do, I do a lot of work in the community. I started off doing work with young men and men's, doing healing circles, and basically what the surroundings of it is self-love, self-worth. I've been through some things myself. About 3 years ago, I was married for 32 years.
Okay.
I have a 31-year-old son, 25-year-old daughter. They both live in Charlotte. So I went through a lot of things in my life as I was growing up. Got married at 23 years old. So there was a lot of things that I didn't know, a lot of things that I didn't understand. And I found myself in a deep situation of depression and et cetera, whatever that may be.
Yes.
So the journey that I had went through, and I have gotten to the other side of the mountain, and
Come
I
on
can
now.
just look back and see the journey and where I come from, and I just want to help assist other people in troubles that they may be going through, whether if it's relationship, personal, whatever it may be. But I do know for a fact that it starts with ourselves, and that's where the lack of understanding with me was, that I didn't understand myself as an individual, so therefore I was kind of putting blames on everybody else besides myself, looking at everybody else as the problem besides me. And I just share this, that I went to go speak to someone. I've always denied it, felt that it wasn't necessary, felt that no one could tell me anything. That was the best decision I ever made in my life. And I do believe that was the turning point of me becoming who I am today. And I'm on this journey, and I just want to bring who's ever wants to come along. Let's go.
I know
Let's
that's
ride.
right. Let me commend you on something like that, because I too have to talk to somebody. I was in the military and things happened to me over there, and when I came back I thought I was fine, but I really wasn't fine. I was losing my jobs. I had to move a lot of times, and because of my the things that was happening, I was always mad. So I do talk to a therapist, and I talk to a therapist every week. And if you need to go out and talk to a therapist, please do, because don't get rid of the stigma that black people don't talk to therapists, because they do, and they need to. And if you need to, please do. It's no shame in it.
No
So
shame.
I am so proud of you on your journey, because I am on my journey trying to elevate myself and do a little bit more, to edify myself, and the Lord for giving me this tool to do the things that that I do and talk to people and, maybe help somebody, because just your words right here, could help many people that you won't even know about. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that is so beautiful. I'm glad you brought that. You brought that to the forefront, because that is so very important. So tell me about some traditions in your family.
Okay, that's what we hear about. Okay,
Yeah.
family traditions. Well, you're looking at a little bit now. You see the hat, so
Okay.
we can
And it's
start
fly.
with-
And it's fly.
Okay, no doubt. I appreciate that. We can start with that. My father, which he passed away in 2017. He's still here with me. God, Dad, I love you, and I feel you. Thanks for being with me. But yeah, my father. Long story short, my father's a biker,
Okay.
Naptown rider for over 30 years plus.
Okay.
So I came up in the motorcycle field,
Biker.
and so that's where the boots and the hat come from. And if I can back up a little before that, before I moved here to Dayton, I think I moved to Dayton when I was about 6 years old.
Okay.
I can remember waking up to nothing but horses in my backyard.
Horses.
Because my father worked for a man, he used to break the horses for him, that was his job.
Okay.
So we would wake up, see about 4 or 5 horses in the backyard, and as a young man, I had my own pony. Me and my brother, we had a pony.
Okay.
So it's in me, I love animals, I love my horses. So that's where the hat comes from. And then so far as the boots,
Okay.
so I just kept it along with me. I must say that one day my father was telling me about boots, and I was like, I don't nobody want to wear no cowboy boots. That's not for us, Dad. And then one day he took me to a boot store, and then next thing you know, it was on from there. Next thing you know, I've owned boots for the last 30 years of my life. I like that cowboy side of me, and I sports it to the best of my ability.
Okay. So now, how many pairs of boots you got? You got how many?
Well, you know what? No, I won't. I just, to be honest, I just have the one.
Okay, and
have
those are
one
your
pair.
favorite ones?
You know what? They favorite because they come from Puerto Rico, and I think they're a pretty nice boot. And
Okay.
we can only one pair at a time. So I've been through that phase, having 20 pairs of
You only need one.
We only need one pair.
I know that's
So,
right.
the longer we wear them, the more comfortable they are.
And they fit you, right?
They mold right to the floor.
Okay, I know that's all right. So now, did you pass the biker mentality down to your children? Will you pass it down to your grandchildren? Or is this something that you keep with you, as a reminder of your family and your upbringing and where you come from, and not to, ever lose that?
Well, I just think it's a little something that's instilled to me. I love to ride bikes, but I'm not too much into like the clubs and whatnot, because I'm more so of a family man. Not saying that the clubbers are not family men, but like I said, I was married for 32 years, so I didn't have time to run around like that.
Right,
But by my father instilling it to me, or he was a biker, I just feel it's in my blood. It's something that I do to give me peace and understanding. And as well as, growing up with my father, he also taught me about the water. I can remember as a young man, my father used to take us to Eagle Creek in Indianapolis, Indiana, every time we would go visit. And I can remember my father, we would just go to the water and just have family time, quiet time. It wasn't no conversation, it was just there at the water. And it would be us, the dogs, and I saw that this brought my father peace. And then after so many times of going, he explained to us why he would go to the water. Being, raised back in those days, it was a little more stressful than it is today. And he said he would go there and find solemn, and
peace.
And peace. And that is something right there that I have most definitely taken on. And I live by a pond. And just to hear the water, it just gives me peace. So that there is something that I have taught my kids. So far as the motorcycle thing,
Not
that's
so much.
between me and my father.
But the water.
Yeah, the water. Yes, it's a lot of peace and understanding in water.
That is, I have never heard of that. Well, I have, but most people, it's like fishing, Like my last guest, his name was T.L.G.D, and him and his grandma, they went fishing a lot. And I know a lot of people because of the water, and it's solemn and it's peaceful. So I do understand that. So y'all just went out there and just sat among the water, no conversation, just you and yourself and your family. I think that's beautiful.
Just hearing the ripples of the water, you know, just do your history, do your homework. Google water. What does water mean? We're made up of mostly water.
Absolutely.
So we're most definitely connected to it. See, that's a lot of things. We don't understand what we're really connected to, and once we find out what we are connected to, then that's when we can find ourselves and find peace within it.
Okay.
You know, so I think we just live on the surface of life. You know, but when
you don't go deep like
right,
we should.
You only go deep when we are faced with some type of trauma,
adversity,
or we wish to find something greater. You know, other than that, I just think we just live day by day and not really
just kind of hold on.
Actually sleep.
Right.
Walk and sleep, basically.
Okay. I definitely don't want to. I'm trying to wake up. You know,
Okay, no
and
doubt.
conversations like this wake me up because I just never thought of it like that, and being brought to like that. And maybe I need to go and sit by a pond. You know, me and my thoughts and my pen and my pen so I can write, because that's what I like to do. I like to sit down.
I promise you, if you was to do that, you would find a part of you. You would find a part of you that you never knew existed. I guarantee you it will help you with what you're doing and what you're trying to do. No, excuse me, what you are doing, because you're not trying anything. You are doing it. Yeah. So most definitely take that advice and
I will.
Most
I
definitely.
really will. Okay, so let's switch gears a little bit. You, what's going on for Juneteenth? I know you invited the Little Green Dress. Will be participating in the Juneteenth festivities. So tell me about that.
No doubt. I've partnered up with a few people. I named a few. My brother Donald with the Black Panthers, and then I work with my good friend Janelle. So we've just come together to talk about the Juneteenth. A lot of people don't know about Juneteenth. If I can be really honest, I'm just now hearing about Juneteenth a couple of years ago. So once I hear something and I find that it's something that I need to know about, I done my homework. Yes, I'm aware of slavery, but I wasn't fully aware of how things really transpired with the dates or the years and et cetera. So
because of what we was taught in school and what we wasn't taught in school.
Well,
so expound on Juneteenth just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Well, from my knowledge of what I know, like I said, we all know about slavery. It was a time where slavery was over, but there were still plenty of people out there still holding people in slavery because we didn't know that we were free. So here it is again, we had the Black Army that came around and trying to free all the slaves. So I just want to do my part in allowing people to understand their history, because if we don't know where we come from, we don't know where we're going.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't too much like to dwell in the slavery, what happened in the past, but I do take a glance at it so I know what to do, how to behave, and what to do and what not to do.
Right, so we don't repeat it. We don't want to repeat it because, I mean, like some of the times, in the last presidency, it seemed like we was going right back to that because that's the way they want it. They like for it to be separate and things like that. So you are absolutely right. Knowledge is power, history is power, and we do need to know our history. And the Little Green Dress, that's why I stress the Little Green Dress with the children, because they need to know where they come from, and it starts at home, and it starts in the family, and it starts there. And then when I come talk to you, the adults on the traditions and legacies, you guys, bring it home and let me know what it really is, because technology has taken over. We don't do a lot of things that we used to do together as a family to make a bond, And the next time I see a water in a pond, I know I'm going to think about you and think about the words that you've given me today. So I just want to thank you so much for coming and being a part of the Little Green Dress journey. Now you're a part of the Little Green Dress family.
Okay, no doubt.
And I really appreciate you, and thank you so much for spending time. It's been a pleasure, and I will take your words and I will hide them in my heart, and when I get to a pond, I definitely will stop by. Thank you so much for visiting the Little Green Dress Presents Traditions and Legacies.
No doubt. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, and welcome to the Little Green Dress Presents Traditions and Legacies.
YWCA Dayton is on a mission to eliminate racism, empower women, and promote peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. Since 1870, YWCA Dayton has protected and advocated for some of our community's most vulnerable individuals, including battered women and their children, victims of sexual assault and human trafficking, women at risk of homelessness, and girls in marginalized populations. These services are offered free of charge regardless of race, health, or background. YWCA Dayton provides the only domestic violence shelters and rape crisis center in Montgomery and Preble counties, offering a full safety net of trauma-informed crisis support services. This includes the Miami Valley's longest-running 24/7 crisis and domestic violence hotline, 937-222-SAFE. YWCA operates 4 housing programs that help stabilize and shelter women at various ages and stages, from those exiting our domestic violence shelters to women who have experienced chronic homelessness and trauma. All of our housing programs provide wraparound support to strengthen life skills, secure employment, and develop a network of supportive and empowering relationships. YWCA hosts a youth development program called Girls Lead, which encourages, motivates, and empowers all girls to develop holistically with strength, courage, and wisdom. Girls Lead offers a safe place for girls to express themselves, instills a love of learning, helps counter stereotypes, and builds skills and self-confidence for healthy, successful futures. In the 1800s, YWCA Dayton became the first YWCA in the U.S. to open a branch for African American women and girls. This marked the start of more than a century of work for racial justice and equality, with a particular focus on the intersections of race, gender, and poverty within our own community. Today, we advocate for public policy and legislation that supports racial and social justice, and we advocate for an end to discrimination against women in every sphere. At its core, our mission is simple: to preserve and restore the dignity all women deserve. To learn more about our critical work, visit ywcadayton.org.
Welcome, Dayton. The Little Green Dress presents Traditions and Legacies, the hot new show coming out in Dayton, where we discuss your family's traditions and discover your legacy. Without further ado, we'd like to introduce you to the author and the host of the Little Green Dress children's series, Kim Gresham.
Today, I am just overwhelmed because God is so good. I have an audience today. Woo! Y'all hear him? Y'all hear me? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so today we have a wonderful guest, my friend, Miss Necia Lattimore. She's doing a lot in the community, and she came by to just stop by and tell me all about her family traditions. Let's welcome my friend, Necia Lattimore. Yeah. Hey, baby! How are you? Beautiful. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Yes, have a seat. How you doing?
I am doing well. Thanks for asking.
All right, let's let the people know how we know each other.
I'm gonna say I think from the YWCA Dayton.
Absolutely.
You were working there, and then I was hired on, and I was like, hey, and you became a good personal and professional friend.
Absolutely. And thank you for stopping by. I'm just so happy to see you.
You are so very
tell me
welcome.
a little bit about your family's traditions.
I actually have several, so I'll tell you about the first one.
Okay.
My Aunt Geraldine, God rest her soul, when she was alive, she started a tradition where on Mother's Day, we honored our ancestors, our grandmothers, our elders, the elder aunts, And every Mother's Day, we got together, no matter where, California, Texas, Colorado, we got together as a family, and we supported, we loved on, we talked, we gifted, and we sat at the feet of our elders and had Mother's Day celebration.
That is beautiful.
The other one I want to talk about is in 2006, I worked at the University of International Education at Wright State University. And my mother and I noticed that the international students weren't allowed to go home due to finance and cost. And so they didn't have anywhere to go when the university shut down for Christmas. And so we started opening our home to these particular students to allow them to come in and have a family to celebrate with.
So you just let them come to your house?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. The first year we had 5 students. By the time we stopped, there were 200 people that were coming in.
Oh my goodness.
And celebrating with us. And
that is beautiful. I have never heard a tradition like that. That is beyond.
I thought of it in the sense that if my children were in another country and they didn't have anybody there, I would want someone else to open up their home to them.
And that is so, that is so beautiful. I've been in another country, serving in the military. I was all the way over there in Germany, and it is scary to be over there.
Absolutely.
Somewhere where you don't know anybody.
You don't know them, the culture, the climate. And
that was a lifeline that you sent to them. That is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. And what else? You got another one?
Yes. Okay. So my mother and I, we got our masters together, and we were like, we should go on a trip.
Yes, let's clap for that.
So we started going on a trip, a mother-daughter trip, every year.
Okay.
So it varies the time and location. We are warm weather creatures.
Okay.
And so we try to go, we've gone to Hawaii, we've gone to Florida, we've gone to California, Texas, any place warm. She tried to get me to go to Alaska, and I think that was the first mother's trip that I said I'm not going to be able to do. Get what they say, what the young people say, get somebody else to do it.
Oh my goodness, because you can't be cold.
At all.
If she said something warm, you was going.
Absolutely.
Okay, so where y'all gonna go this year, do you know?
I don't know. She just came back from Hawaii without me.
But you just came from Miami, didn't you?
Why you had to go bring that? Whose side you on?
This is the traveling lady right here, yes.
So I don't know, but I can tell you what's on the table.
Okay.
Bali.
Bali.
Yes.
Wow, that sounds. Can I go?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I would love to do that. Okay, so now tell me some of the things you got going on in Dayton, what you do here.
Currently, I am the Crisis Services Manager at the YWCA Dayton. Again, shameless plug, but if you know any women who are out there in need of assistance and are experiencing domestic violence, please don't hesitate to call us or email us on our website in our chat line. I am the president of the Greater Dayton LGBT Center. Thank you. First African-American woman president of the center.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. This is the most progressive board that we've ever had. Wanting to come in, wanting to make a change, being a woman of the LGBTQ plus communities. I want to make sure that the young African-American girls and boys see representation that looks like them.
Absolutely.
And that they know that a professional woman can be whatever she wants to be.
Absolutely.
And whatever situation that she wants to be in. And so making sure that I make the difference in that, which also led me to create my own sorority.
Okay.
Which is an LGBT all-inclusive sorority, Gamma Tau Epsilon Sorority Incorporated.
Okay, so explain how you come up with the name, like.
So we came up with GTE. Tennille Williams is my co-founder as well.
Okay.
But we came up with the name after we did some research. We came up with GTE as Gems Teach Excellence.
Okay, I like that. And my cousin is a part of that group, isn't she?
Your cousin is a part of our brotherhood fraternity,
Shout out
Nu
to
Theta
Wynn.
Tau
Come on,
Fraternity
Wynn.
Incorporated.
Yes, cousin.
My wife, April Lattimore, is the founder of Nu Theta Tau Fraternity Incorporated.
Okay, wife.
Gamma Tau has 4 philanthropies that we focus on: mass incarceration, women in prison, breast cancer awareness, foster care, and domestic violence.
Oh my goodness, you are a pillar. Yes, I knew you had to be on here. I love everything about that. You are doing so. And when I saw you guys on Facebook, I saw you all dressed up the same, and I was thinking like, what? And so now I know that is beautiful. You start your own sorority?
Yes, everybody sees the dress up part, but it's work. And I require all of my sisters to work. It is community engagement. It is community advocacy. It is community involvement.
Okay.
I strive to change and go into communities and make them better than how it was when we presented it.
Yes, absolutely. Girl power. Yes, I love it.
Thank you.
Okay, so now let me ask you the legacy question.
Okay.
So if you were to leave this earth today, when I started this, we was doing the pandemic. That was 2 years ago, and
Absolutely.
I started doing the interviews, and we was losing a lot of people. So if you were to leave this earth today, what legacy would you leave?
May the life I live reflect the work that I've done.
Okay. Real quick,
I am a pourer, and each and every person that I have met thus far in my life, I would like to say that I poured into them, right, wrong, or indifferent. Sometimes that pour may not have been milk and honey.
Okay.
It might have been salt and a lot more pepper.
Okay, but you poured, though.
But I poured.
You let them know.
So my legacy would be, people will say I'm a realist and I'm going to speak my mind, but everything is done in love and never in malicious intent.
Okay.
I want to see every woman, especially women of color, BIPOC women, grow and go. I want to see you on different platforms. I love this for you.
Thank you so much.
You know, the job that you do, I don't want to put it out there, the job that you do and the work that you do, I never would have thought. And when you asked, I had to come to this opportunity like, yes, I have poured into her and made her realize there's some things that you need to do.
Yes.
Continue the work. And that's the legacy that I want to leave.
Thank you so much. That is so awesome. That is so beautiful. I want to thank you for stopping by. You have just enriched my life so much just by these few words, and I hope that it has touched someone out there. And like she said, if you know of anyone who's going through domestic violence or going through anything like that, you can call down to the Y and make sure they have someone to talk to.
Absolutely.
And what, do you have anything coming up like soon, like you're going to be somewhere speaking, they can come and see you anywhere, website?
I am taking the summer off.
Okay.
But
I heard
if
that.
you are looking for a sorority home and you are LGBTQA+, you can find us at www.gamma-tau-epsilon-sorority-incorporated.org.
Yep, what she said, and I will have that down at the bottom so you'll know. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank you so much for this opportunity.
Sure, anytime. Give me a hug. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, this has been a Little Green Dress Presents Traditions and Legacies with my friend Lattimore. She just walked out. Neesia Lattimore, thank you so much. Give me a hug, girl.
I welcome the opportunity.
Thank you so much, and have a good day. And Legacies. We will see you again. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share. And you can also find all of my books on Amazon.com. You can go to the littlegreendress.online, and you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The Little Green Dress Presents. Good night.